Well, what's going on, guys? The old stream ended, and I got up for a second, and I come back, and there's lemonade and there's vodka over here. I don't know what's going on. Got the camsoda.com logo on the middle of the cage there, and it just seems appropriate watching a a fight stream on a porn channel to pour myself some alcohol. What's going on? Anybody up in this bitch yet? What's going on, Stewie? Of course, Stewie called me a loser. Remember, I can kick you out. It's not just Cap. Just if Cap's not here yet. I don't want to kick you out, though, bro. Especially since you're the only one here. That would seem kind of shitty. But yeah, a little bit of Smirnoff, a little bit of lemonade. We'll loosen up a little bit for Felony. Felony! We're watching Felony! Bruce, as he always says. That's how Felony says his name is that good as it. Bruce! I know, that's ridiculous, and you're the only one that has to put up with it so far, Stewie. Aren't you lucky? Alright. God, I freaking love lemonade, man. All summer long, I could just drink lemonade all damn day long. I'll just retire, sit back on a boat somewhere, and drink lemonade. Freaking delicious. Are you watching this, Stewie? I go to Cam Soda. Go there. It says they're already streaming. And you just got to click it, but you do have to sign up if you're not signed up. Apparently, I couldn't remember my password, so I had to sign up again real quick under another email. But I guess there's already fights. There was already an undercard fight. They just had one fight. And he's asking the fighter to say the biggest tipper for that match. He says the biggest tipper, and the fighter's not saying anything. And he goes, finally, he goes, I'll say the name of the biggest tipper. And he says, all right, the biggest tipper for that fight was big titties. That's what we get on an MMA stream on a porn channel. Biggest tipper for the last fight was big titties. What's going on, Yamasaki? Salute. Wins the fight. Well, they just had one fight, RS. I didn't even know it had started. I guess they had like a pre-fight. So, they're out there. I think there was like 3 fights on the main card. I don't remember who the other one was. Of course, Bruce and Charles. And then I think the Ricco Rodriguez versus Alex the Spartan. I can't remember the guy's last name. I think the heavyweight one might actually be the main event. And as long as he's in good shape, I think it's Alex the Spartan Nicholson. I believe he's only like 27 years old. So I am actually kind of looking forward to that fight too. They're heavyweights. Alex the Spartan, he's been in the UFC. He's much younger. I don't know how much of the old spark Ricco's got from back in the day. But if he does, I mean, that could be a good fight. Anytime you have heavyweights in there, it could be exciting. It only takes one shot. Which, like we were saying, Fedor and Mir could go either way because it only takes one shot. But I think that one shot will be from Fedor. We'll see, though. We'll see. I think Ricco Rodriguez is probably a little old for this guy. I haven't seen him fight in a while. But Alex the Spartan, I believe, has been active. He's only 27 years old. Are you watching this, RS? I was tempted to just put the stream up in the corner of the actual fight, which Cam Soda probably wouldn't come after me for. Alex trains with Perry. I think I remember hearing that now, too. Yeah. I was tempted to put the stream up over in the corner because I'm like, I don't think Cam Soda's really going to come after me or care. What I was worried about is in between rounds or something, though, they start throwing some naked women on the screen, and now all of a sudden I no longer have a YouTube channel. So I was just watching the Couture versus Bellator fight in the beginning of the UFC. Damn, Couture's dirty boxing was and is beauty to watch. That guy was constantly evolving. People talk about him as just a wrestler, and yeah, I don't think Couture gets the credit he deserves. Definitely from this generation. Mario said he got in some trouble for his comment against. Oh, I missed something. Okay, so he got into some trouble for his comment against Asians. Who are we talking about? Oh, Alex. I didn't hear anything about that. I don't know why anybody would say anything against Asians. That's pretty fucked up. But or anyone about any race in 2018. Join the fucking 21st generation there. Frickin' Alex. They're taking quite the break there. I'm curious what the crowd's seeing right now. That's why I was scared to put the fight up on here, because I figured, yeah, I'll put the fight up as soon as it... Yeah, Alex Nicholson. Okay. I did have it right then. I actually contacted him about an interview a little bit after I did Bruce and Felony. I tried to contact Ricco too. He's a little more unreachable. Alex accepted my messenger request and said he'd get back to me and schedule something, and then ignored my messages. So I'm sure he was busy. Maybe we get him afterwards if he beats Ricco Rodriguez, which an old Ricco Rodriguez. I mean, he very may well. But yeah, I don't really know the guy. I don't know a whole lot about him. But just since we were interviewing guys from the show, I thought, why not have Ricco Rodriguez's opponent on there? But yeah, he didn't get back to me, so it is what it is. What I'm noticing from a lot of these guys, because I've reached out to some of these up and coming guys to try to give them a little bit of a chance. Like we were talking about, we had the Guajardo brothers. Yeah, see, this is where I get in trouble on the camera. Everybody's still got clothing on for now, but things could go south there very quickly. Have you ever tried John Fitch? Oh, no, I haven't. He might be one that reached out to me. No, what I was going to say is I've noticed that the guys that get back right away are actually the guys that did something and were successful. So to me, that kind of pays homage to why they were successful. Some of those guys, Ian introduced me to him. Ian introduced me to Pete Spratt and Matt Horwich. Yeah, see, this could get us in trouble on YouTube. I don't know if you guys are watching it, but that's a whole naked ass. I'm not complaining, but I don't think YouTube would enjoy that. And he's pretty active on his YouTube. Who is my favorite fighter ever? That's tough. Or he's going up against Daly pretty soon. Yeah, that's true. I should get a hold of John Fitch. But yeah, what I'm noticing is, like I said, the guys that did it, the guys that were pretty successful, like they were at least in the house, that I've talked to, that got back to me right away. Pete Spratt, he was a successful fighter. A lot of the guys that were successful, though, got back to me right away. A lot of the guys that weren't, they didn't. They kind of flake. The only guy that was, decently big that turned me down, and he did get back to me right away, was Chris Lieben, and he just says that he's too busy right now and hit him back up in 6 months. So I'd love to have him on there. But yeah, Shoney Carter, I'd known Shoney for a little while, but I'm a nobody. I barely even had an MMA website a while back ago, and he responded to me like that. Same thing with the Irish hand grenade. Marcus Davis. He responded to me immediately. One of our fans, thankfully, introduced me to Luke Kumo. But yeah, these guys that have gotten bigger, they respond pretty quickly, because that's how they became big, because they follow through on things. My favorite fighter ever, that's honestly a tough one. Because I really want to say Anderson Silva, and I have mixed reactions because of his positive tests. I don't really believe everything he said. I don't believe really that he's been clean, 100% clean, or even clean for who knows how long. So if I had to go all the way back, I'd go with Chuck. The Iceman, Chuck Liddell. I always loved watching him fight, and he's a great one. But yeah, some of my favorites over the days, I love Randy Couture. The Diaz brothers have always been some of my favorites. Nick before Nate, Robbie Lawler. But yeah, it would be Anderson Silva and Chuck Liddell. If you can't count Anderson Silva because of the PEDs, then it'd be Chuck Liddell. They show Naked and Afraid all day on TV. Yeah, but I don't think they actually show him naked. A little bit of ass won't hurt anyone, for sure. Comedic geniuses, CM Punk. CM Punk's about to get his first win, I do believe. I'm pretty damn confident. My favorite fighter was Thiago Alves in his prime. Violent dude, violent fighter. Oh, I forget Vanderlei, one of my favorite guys to watch, the axe murderer. Just that violence. When he threw those knees from the tie clinch, and especially those kicks on the ground, my God. I've never seen anyone look like they take so much joy in punishing someone, though, as Vanderlei Silva, I will say. This guy would be soccer kicking some guy in the head, or just driving his knee into the skull of somebody repeatedly. And he had the same look on his face as if he'd just won the fucking lottery. Or a kid at Disneyland. I mean, it just really looked like there was nothing in the world he would rather be doing than smashing his knee through somebody's face. I'm not sure Vanderlei Silva cares about the good of mankind. I'm not quite so sure. The guy kind of scares me as a person. Matt Waggy from Florida. Looks like they pretty much picked up all these guys from Florida. Anthony Reddick versus Matt Waggy. 29 years old for Anthony Reddick. 6'3", 140. Holy shit, that's a tall 140-pounder. And then 5'8", 140. For Matt. Shogun is my favorite all time. Says, dude, that's a good one, man. That's a very good pick as well. Man, to go through that Pride Grand Prix the way he did, absolutely amazing. Until we met TRT Vitor. I used to be somewhat of a Vitor fan. I'm not at all now. He's never my favorite fighter, but I used to really like him back in the day. Anthony Reddick, 6'3", 140 pounds. Oh, he's out of Alabama. They went a little ways for him. But Charles and Bruce were basically neighbors. They were living like right next to each other. And Cam Soda, when they contacted him, they didn't realize they knew each other, but they knew that they were both in the same area. And then Matt Waggy, 5'8", 139.4 pounds, 26 years old. They pulled him here out of Florida. According to Bruce, he thought they really had no beef before the fight. And then we had the interviews. And when Charles came on our show, it was very clear that there was beef there. And then from then on, you know, these guys definitely do not like each other right now. We were watching the weigh-in yesterday. If you watch that video a little bit at the weigh-in. All right, here we go. Anthony Reddick, red corner, Matt Waggy, blue. And Matt's going for a takedown up against the fence. Anthony Reddick fighting that takedown. Matt's trying. He's trying to get him down. Nice knee there from Anthony. That 6'3" frame. That's the thing. When you take someone down, you have to get your hips lower. And he doesn't have his hips lower yet. But he should be able to on that long a frame. Good takedown defense there from Reddick. And they're back in the middle of the cage. 4:15 left in the fight. Kick to the body from Waggy there. That sounds like a porn star name. Oh, nice left hook from Waggy and a right hook. Nice boxing there from Waggy. Oh, and he grabs the kick. Anthony Reddick goes for a kick. Matt Waggy takes him down and right into side control. Beautiful transition. Nice knees there. Big spot, soft spot in my heart for people that when they get their takedowns, they set up the transition of where they're going to land. Too many guys I see just jump right into a guard. This guy planned it out. He knew where he wanted to be, got into side mount, and he took him down and landed in side mount. Now Anthony's able to pull guard, and he's dropping elbows. And oh, those are some long legs. 6'3", 140-pounder. That's some long-ass legs in that guard against a 5'8" guy. I don't know what Reddick's submissions are like. Oh, nice ground and pound there from Waggy. Drops a couple shots. Oh, nice elbows from Waggy. But he's got to watch some. You know, Anthony, those big long legs moving around a lot. But he's not creating the space he needs to be able to pull his legs up to go for a triangle choke or armbar right now. So here we go. And Matt's trying to get through this guard. Oh no, he's just pushing him into the cage. So Anthony figures it out and he turned. I kind of thought Anthony would have tried to wall walk there though, and he didn't. Yeah, Anthony's he's decently active off his back, but he's not going for any subs that you would think he's going to sink in. If I was the referee, I don't know. I'd be close to calling him for inactivity. This is kind of a stalemate here. Not a lot of ground and pound landing. And Waggy has not been in trouble as far as the submission. Oh, now Reddick trying to get under a guillotine. He doesn't have the arm under there, though. But it's... No. And Matt's out. Minute 50 left in the first round. So, and Waggy just content to stay in Anthony's guard for now. Try to rain down punches. Yeah, Reddick's pushing off the cage there. He's trying to get those legs around. But what he needs to do there is he needs to shrimp crawl. He needs to push his hips out. And he's not using his hips there. And Waggy was not isolating. That Waggy gets up and tries to progress his position there. Now Anthony's got a little more space, and there he crawled a little bit, and he's got the guard there. He's trying to, yeah, now he's bringing the legs up. He might have gotten some instruction from his corner there. I'm not sure. So much harder when you're on the mat to call it then. It's very easy for me to sit here calling what people should do. Oh, and Anthony just gave Matt his back, and Matt's got hooks in. This could be an issue. Yeah, he's got his back. He's got a choke in. Matt's got the choke in. That's going to be it. Anthony Reddick's out. 45 seconds left in the first round. So he did tap. I believe he was just about out. And that was a good fight. That was a decent fight. The way the styles were going down, I was glad it ended in the first round because I didn't want to see a lot of laying and praying. But that was a good fight.
So good at submission defense, so good at takedown defense.
Bisping, after getting concussed by GSP and coming back only a month later against People with Vice, said it was a stupid move of him. Frankie Edgar before beating Cub Swanson. Hold my beer. Very impressed with Frankie. Very, very impressed. I love that guy. That guy is definitely one of my favorite fighters. What a tough son of a bitch. And that guy, the only time he's ever been dominated is when he got caught by Brian Ortega. But that's the only time he's ever been finished. He's never been in a fight that he wasn't in the fight. I just can't say enough good things about that guy. Just tough as shit. Bisping, though, talks are going back and forth between him and Nick Diaz. Bisping said on his show, Matt Waggy, of course, the winner, they raised his hand. Bisping said on his podcast that there had been no talks between Nick Diaz in the UFC, but that he would definitely entertain that fight and that he would take that fight. As long as Nick's on board, I got to imagine that's all the UFC needs to hear. Why would you not want to make that fight? It's a big going away party for Bisping. He gets to fight a guy that hasn't been active for a couple years. And you want to bring Nick Diaz in. You're bringing him in against somebody that's towards the end of their career. They're coming off a knockout. Bisping said he'd prefer to do it at 205. I would really fight for 185 if I was Nick. At 185, I take Nick. At 205, I'm not quite sure how it would go. Vitor should have ripped John Jones' arm when he had the chance. He really had it. He broke his arm. He dislocated his elbow, I believe, and John Jones did not tap. So you got to give him a lot of credit for that. Cruz even up to Dillashaw. After that, not so much. Oh, he's getting bonus. Who's giving the bonus? Top tipper. Who's the top tipper? Grasshoppers. The last one they showed earlier, the top tipper was, his name was Big Titties, so I guess Grasshopper's a little better. I thought about using Fights with Friends and tipping something so they would shout the name out on there, but I just really didn't want to put the name on a porn site. Not really. Mario says, I'm not a fan of Dillashaw after seeing him cheap shot that Asian dude in the gym. I've heard he's done some funny things in sparring. I am a fan of his fights, of his style. I can't wait to see him and Corey Gambrandt get down. And for anybody that thinks that that fight's going to go exactly the same way and Gambrandt doesn't have a shot, I highly disagree. I would favor TJ, but Gambrandt's got great boxing. He's got great power. He's going to have to adjust some things because I think Dillashaw kind of timed him last time. But I think he could get him. Oh, Jason, glad you got in. Their site said my email was fake. It's not. That sucks, Jason. I'm sorry. I should have made another email. I don't know. I feel like dropping some ground and pound, but my girl's not feeling it tonight. Oh, pour a couple drinks. See, I got the, in honor of our friend Felony, I got me some vodka. Oh, I put way too much vodka in the last drink. I'm kind of floating. I was forgetting fighters' names there for a minute. But, we're going to pour some lemonade. God, I fucking love lemonade. I just drink lemonade all summer long. What that has to do with fighting, absolutely nothing. But that's Mike's Hard Lemonade for the night there. Smirnoff and some Tropicana lemonade. Damn tasty. Anyways, anyone ever been to MMA Hall's video? He's so douchey. Videos. I told him he sounds like if Ryan Seacrest did commentary, he would sound like that gay guy. Where do I find this fight? Type in Cam Soda Legends. Just Google Cam Soda Legends, and link should come up for it, Zoltan. And then it's going to ask you to register, so you're going to have to put in an email and a username. You don't have to put in any pay material. So you just have to pick a username. So if you got a junk email, you don't, otherwise just unsubscribe to them, I guess. I would have shown this, because honestly, I don't think they would have checked or really minded too much. I would have put it up in the corner, but I was really worried that they were going to have some naked girls popping up on there, and I don't think YouTube would approve of that. Scott says, it says your email is fake. The username you select is already taken. Just change username and it should work. Yep. CamSlotus/MMA. Yep, that's right. 7, that will work too, yeah. Yeah, excuse me, Cam Soda MMA Legends, yeah. Wait, who is that? That's Charles Bennett. What did he just have on? Did he just have a fucking horse head on? Can I rewind this? I can't rewind this. Can anybody see what was just on Charles Bennett's head? Charles Bennett is entering the cage right now. He just had something on his head. I swear he might have had a horse head on. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know what was on Charles Bennett's head. Co-main's right now, Mario. Charles Bennett is there right now, taking his time, stripping his clothes off. And I swear he was just wearing a horse head. He was just wearing some kind of mask. All right. This is the fight we all want to watch. This is Charles Bennett versus Bruce Lutchmedial. Let me help you guys out. Don't screw me over, Cam Soda. Do not show nudies. No, they won't. The fight's starting. All right. Let me know. You guys should have the fight now, I believe. Let me know if it switches when you guys have a fight. Might have to reopen and reload. I'm gonna reopen it myself and see what it's showing now. Okay, it's not gonna let me change midstream. I think that's an OBS deal. Yeah, it was a monkey head, says Scott. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing the monkey now. I told you, I put a lot of vodka in this first drink. I couldn't remember the 3 seconds back before. And there is Bruce the Lion Lutchmedial. I'm surprised they fighting in a catchweight at 145. I'm kind of surprised that Charles didn't come down with a lion head on. That would not have surprised me at all. 5'10", 26 years old. Bruce has been doing 3-a-days. He's running his gym. He's training hard. One thing I can tell you is he's probably not getting, neither one of these guys are probably getting enough sleep. That's the one thing I could say about their training camp. I know Bruce, he works like 3 freaking jobs besides owning the gym. And the guy, he's just always busy. But yeah, like I said, Mario, the real main event, the one we've been waiting for, Mario, is right now. Bruce Lutchmedial is in the cage now. Anybody who hasn't called it yet, Charles Felony Bennett, Bruce Lutchmedial, who you guys got? Charles has got that six-pack going. Especially for 38 years old. Charles, 5'7", 145.8 pounds, 38 years old. Bruce, 26 years old, 5'10", 145.4. And that is a beautiful badonkadonk on the ring card girl there. I don't think they can put that outfit on UFC. They could, but I don't think they would. And apparently you could watch this in virtual reality. So later on, if you've got like those Google glasses, which I got the Google Cardboard, if they put the DVR for this up, I'm gonna have to try to watch that. Hey Mike, have you seen the Andre the Giant documentary on HBO? It was good. I have not seen it yet. I have heard it was good though. All right, here's our boys. Everybody's got a boy. Who's your dog in the fight? I'm not saying I necessarily have a horse on this track or a dog in this fight, but Mario says Bennett. If I have to pick a winner, I'm picking Bruce by second round submission. That's not saying I like Bruce better or I want him to win. Bruce does not look like a happy dude at all. If somebody said that shit about my brother, I would not look happy either. Don't forget what they were saying, what Charles said on the interview on this channel. Charles said, I don't give a shit about your dead brother. Fuck you and your dead brother. And excuse me for saying, but that's not me. That's what he said. Oh, let's look at this. I don't picture these guys touching gloves.
I don't see that happening.
No. Hell no. All right. The bad blood. Oh, and they're both down on all fours. This shit's about to go down. There's a lot of fire in this cage right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Charles coming out on all fours in that lion stance, and he gets up. Trying a little bit of John Jones there. Oh, nice. Charles, the southpaw, comes up, fakes the takedown, comes up with the right hand. Nice leg kick for Bruce. Another leg kick. Nothing real hard there yet. Bennett does have good takedowns. Side kick to the chest. Charles goes for him, misses. Bruce misses a 1-2. Bruce has got an interesting stance here with the open hands, the wide stance. Almost kind of like a Jeet Kune Do stance. He lands the right hand there, and Charles lands the right hand. If he comes in with any sloppy striking, Charles could put him out very, very quickly. So look for that. Like I said, my thoughts are if Charles is going to win this, it would be pretty quickly. And I thought he would come out like a hurricane. And so far in this first minute, jeez, Charles is so goofy. He's walking around like he's drunk, putting his hand in his eye. Oh, nice left hook from Bruce. Charles, be entertaining, but you also got to do your thing. Bruce lands a couple leg kicks there, and they're not hard, but they're scoring shots. A minute and a half into this first. Oh, Charles goes for a big right hand there. Bruce just puts his hand up. He's like, "What's up, dude? What's up?" Leg kick for Bruce. Yeah, this is not a fights with friends. This is some gangster shit right here between these two. Bruce goes for the takedown, misses wildly. They exchange kicks in the middle of the cage there. I'm kind of surprised how much filling out there is in this first round. I did not expect Charles to be this patient. I didn't really expect either of them to be this patient. Bruce lands a nice jab there. Charles gets out of the way of that jab. And Charles does that kind of drunken master stance thing again. Nice leg kick from Bruce. Yeah, Charles is putting on a show, but halfway through this first round, he's got to land some shots. Oh, nice head movement from Bennett. Everything missed there for Bruce. Everything's missing. He's throwing jabs. He's throwing shots. Charles, good movement. Lands a leg kick. Oh, Charles goes for a big right hand there and misses. Then he goes for the takedown. Bruce, nice defense, and they're back in it. Charles lands a right hook on the break. 2 minutes left in the first round. Nice right hand there for Bruce. Lands a jab. 2 minutes left. Somebody's got to do something to win this round. Not a lot of grandstanding. Right hand there for Bruce, and leg kick. Bruce can end up winning it off of these leg kicks that are not very hard. Because Charles is just really not doing a whole lot but dancing around. Obviously, he's trying to get into Bruce's head, but in a 3-round fight, oh, and Bruce goes for the head kick there, and Charles gets out of the way of that. Oh, nice right hand there from Bruce. But minute 20 left in the first round. Oh, nice right hand for Bruce. Looked like that landed. Even if a lot of these, nice leg kick for Bruce, even if a lot of these shots are not landing for Bruce, he's the more active fighter. Charles. Oh, nice right hand from Charles there. Charles goes for the takedown, ties him up, and a little dirty boxing, lands the right hand on the break. Misses the right. Nice left hand lands for Bruce. Charles does a little bit of dancing, switches to orthodox, back to southpaw. Oh, Bruce goes for the head kick. I think his foot might have touched his head there, but a lot of head movement from Charles, and Bruce lands another leg kick. But that's the thing, the judges are looking for activity, and Bruce gets the takedown. Charles might have a guillotine here, though. He's sinking it in. 30 seconds left. Bruce's head is in there pretty deep. Charles has got that evil look in his eyes. He needs to be back just a little further. That's not in real deep, and Bruce is out. 12 seconds left in the round. And we know how much credit judges give to people that get takedowns and do absolutely jack shit. Oh, nice right hand there from the top. A couple shots from Lutchmedial after I say doing jack shit. But we know they're not going to give Felony the same credit for, going for the submissions off his back as they will Bruce for being on top. So I think they give Bruce that round. All right. Wow, Mike, a black guy is your boy. How dare you? What is that supposed to mean? Damn balls, big juicy. Not sure what that's all about, Comedic Genius. But
and conversely, the corner of Felony.
If you're colorblind, it don't matter, Comedic Genius.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta wonder.
Isn't that what was that? Salt and Pepper said like back in the 90s. Get with the times.
No, but I think it'd be hard to not notice these ones tonight. Oh.
I think Bill Cosby is innocent. Oh my God, Comedic Genius. For those that don't know, this has nothing to do with MMA, but Bill Cosby was just found guilty on account of drug and rape today, so you can look that up later. You're welcome. All right, here we go, second round. Charles and Bruce both measuring each other. Bennett goes for the 1-2, doesn't land. Nice right hand lands for Bruce. They exchange jabs. Another right hand lands for Bruce. Charles Bennett goes for that spinning back fist and misses. But then Bennett lands a nice right hook. Bruce lands a left hook there. Charles going to go for the takedown there. And Bruce, great takedown defense there. Charles winging there. They both wing and miss there. I gotta say though, I did expect for Charles to come out more wild at the beginning of this fight. I'll give him credit. I thought he was going to come out and blow more energy than what he is. And I thought Bruce might too. I thought he'd make him out very emotional. Bennett lands a jab there. I thought he'd make him very emotional for all the things that Charles said. Bruce lands a leg kick. Oh, and a nice left hook over the top lands for Bruce. But Bruce, nice left hook lands for Bennett. Bruce coming out focused, lands a jab there. Very measured, another jab. Another jab lands for Bruce. Bruce is just sticking with the game plan. Now that leg kick was harder. Those are starting to come. That leg kick, he needs to dig harder with those leg kicks. Oh, nice left hook lands for Bruce. Bennett is not checking any of those leg kicks. Oh, nice left hook from Bennett though. Bruce really needs to watch out for that. Charles can put you out in one punch for sure. A couple jabs land there for Bruce. Bruce is putting his hand up. He said something to him like, "What's up, dude?" What's going on? 3 minutes left in the second round, and Charles gets the takedown. Charles is inside of Bruce's guard here. He's got the takedown. 3 minutes left in the second round. Let's see what Bruce does off his back. Charles is pushing Bruce up against the fence there. Let's see if he's going to go for any ground and pound. I kind of thought he would have turned him the other way in the middle of the cage so he could work on that ground and pound. Bruce going for a key lock here. He's not. I don't think he's not going to catch Charles on a key lock. Charles is too slick for that. I mean, he's been caught in a lot of submissions, but I don't see him getting caught in a key lock. And he's just landing some shots to the body. Yeah, and he's out of that pretty easily. And Bruce is up, and they're up against the fence. But Charles has got his back here. 2:15 minutes left in the second round. Bruce throwing some elbows back there. You can't underestimate the knowledge of Charles Crazy Horse Bennett. And like I've said in the past, and they're both up against the fence here, Charles pushing Bruce into the fence. I believe Charles mentally is in a better place than he's been in a while. I think he's more stable than he's been in a while. A couple nice jabs, lands for Bruce. Right hand lands for Bruce. Right hook lands for Bruce. And Charles lays down. Kind of pulls guard there. I'm not sure what was going on there. Charles, I don't think he really got hit with anything there, but he looked a little stunned. I think he might have needed a little rest. A couple body shots there.
Lutchmedial will try to posture up and let's see how those go.
Bruce wants to try to get some ground and pound here. 5-3. He's got a sick guillotine. Now Charles is not in the position for that. A minute left in the second round. But Bennett really seemed to be winning this round until this right here, until this last 30 seconds or so. And Bruce landed some nice shots. He's on top. You don't want to end the round on the bottom, especially when, you know. Oh, he's got a Darce choke in here. Bennett is grimacing here, and he's sinking this harder. Now remember, I called submission in the second round. Bruce Lutchmedial. It's hard to tell from the angle. He's not out of that yet. Bruce has still got a hold of this. 15 seconds left in the round. 10 seconds. And Bennett gets up. Bennett gets up and slams Bruce to the ground. Much better round for Charles. Bruce stole some of that in the middle of it.
Just to survive that. I don't know too many other fighters who survived that deep a choke.
That was a deep choke, and that might have won Bruce the round. Charles was definitely winning the round until that last minute and a half. I would.
So on our unofficial scorecard, we have him up 20-18.
That's tough. That's tough.
Finish Lutchmedial.
The commentators are saying they got Bruce up 20-18. That's a tough round for me. I could see it going either way.
31st win of his career.
Let's go, Lazy Horse, says Jason. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. I am colorblind. I only see black and white, says comedic. Andre the Giant was in a movie. Yes, he was. He was in The Princess's Bride. It was a chick flick. He should have been in a... Oh, my God. Jason, in the documentary, did it talk about how much he drank? I imagine he could drink a lot to get drunk. That dude was literally, at one time, I believe, 700 pounds. He was like 7'3". Charles is looking tired here. I'm not sure if he's playing games.
And you literally do not know if he's tired or not.
Yeah, and the commentator just said that you don't know if he's tired or not because you never know what this guy's going to do. Bruce lands a jab there.
And then he will hit you with an overhand right.
Nice right hand for Bruce. Oh, and then a right hand for Charles there. Felony will definitely... Oh, he goes for the big overhand right. Does Felony, and Bruce ducks underneath and gets the takedown. Charles trying to go for the guillotine here. It's hard to see from the angle. but I don't think he's really got it in. No, Charles is out of that, or Bruce is out of that. Started the day with 6 bottles of wine, Comedian Genius said. Jesus. 4:10 left in this third round, and here we are with Bruce, the Lion, on top again. This is not looking good for Charles. Bruce tries to switch to side mount there. He at least gets it to half guard. Gets it to half guard, and he's pushing Charles' head into the fence. That is a very, very uncomfortable situation to be in. Back in the day, Tank Abbott actually submitted Steve Jenham by pushing his head into the fence. I don't think anybody's ever done it since. So 3.5 minutes left in the third round. And Bruce with the ground and pound here on top. They're playing the finish him music in the background. That's pretty funny. But not... Some elbows to the stomach, some shots to the head there from Bruce. He's mixing up the ground and pound. Not a whole lot of activity here. They're kind of in a pretzel here. 3 minutes left in the third round. But Bruce, he's on top. He's landing the shots. He's scoring points, and now he gets a side mount. Oh, Charles just gave him the north-south, and Bruce has got a choke sunk in. He's got guard now. But he's bridge. Oh, and he's out. Colby Covington and Baby Slice are there in the front row. That's a nice ground and pound there from Charles. Charles Bennett now on top. Mike Perry up there in the front round. We got some names out here. Hector Lombard, Valerie Returno, and that's interesting in the crowd. Mixed crowd here, but yeah, Hector Lombard. Oh, nice ground and pound right hand from the top from Charles Bennett, and a left hook. You never know what these refs are thinking, too. Oh, nice kick to the stomach from Bennett as Bruce gets up and lands a right hand. 2 minutes left, and Charles has got plenty of time to finish this. He goes for another takedown, and Bruce immediately sinks in that choke again. It's a bad habit over his career for Charles Bennett. To lead into takedowns and give his neck up. And he's out. Bennett, he's used to nice roll in and out, and he's up on top. Now, that second round could have went either way, depending on what the judges were thinking. This could be 1 round apiece. Charles is up there on top, landing that ground. Oh, he's got Bruce's back. Minute 25 left, and Charles has Bruce's back. He's landing ground and pound. He's trying to sink in hooks here. Oh, and he's standing up and got his back, and he's got the hooks in. This is a horrible position for Bruce. Oh, and they're out. Charles Bennett goes for a right uppercut as they break, but now all of a sudden they are out. Minute left in this round. Whoa, Bruce throws a lot of shots, misses everything. Charles lands a right hand. 50 seconds left in the round. Wow, they both miss shots. Bruce goes for a takedown. Bennett looks very tired. It's hard to say if he's acting or if he is tired, but Bruce gets the takedown there, and that could be really bad news for Charles on these scorecards. 30 seconds left, and if Bruce Lutchmedial, oh, he's landing the ground and pound to the body and the head, dropping some elbows now. 20 seconds left. If he finishes this round on top, I can't imagine this decision not going to Bruce. 10 seconds left. I'm not sure how you donate the coins and how you do all that stuff, but hopefully these guys got some money tonight. I like both these guys, and I hope they get paid well. The commentators are saying Camp Soda's taking care of these guys big time. Oh, Bruce gives him the double flip off to Charles, and Charles laying down there for a minute.
You know, the blood in this was due to Lutchmedial felt like
Bruce does not want to. Charles was trying to say something to Bruce and kind of taps him on the head, and Bruce does not want to be near him.
Trash talking the death of his brother. That's stepping over the line.
And the commentators just brung it up. He says he was Bruce. He felt that Charles was trash talking the death of his brother. And they said that's crossing the line. I agree. Whatever you want to say about Charles, I'm not trying to diss on him, but that's over the line for me.
You can see everybody chanting how got into it. One of the better fights of the night.
Over the line for sure. Crazy Horse has street crackhead strength. Oh, for sure. It can be scary. Let off some steam, Bennett. Princess Bride is the movie. Yep, yes it was. Bad News Bear, says Jason. Fighting is like sex. You want to finish in a dominant position on top. You want to finish. And oh, look at it. He might have a date tonight, though. Look at this. The ring girl comes over and grabs Charles Bennett. They're taking some pictures here. Oh, he could have reached down and grabbed some ass because that whole ass is sticking out. But, oh, she's going to come. Oh, she's going to come over and not just hug Bruce. She's going to rub his belly a little bit. Oh, and Charles comes behind Bruce and kind of hugs him from behind. Bruce looked pissed. He did not like that at all. He does not want anything to do with Charles Bennett. And you can't blame. What's up, Cap? That fight reminded me why both of them ain't in UFC or Bellator. It wasn't the worst fight ever, but it wasn't the most high-level fight. Agreed. 30-27. As the ring girl is holding on to Charles' manhood. Unanimous decision. And I believe they just called him Butch Lutchmedial. But the win goes. Bruce is the winner. Congratulations, Bruce Lutchmedial. He will be on the show as soon as we can get him on, probably on Monday. And I want to talk to him about what he said to Charles at the weigh-in. Let's hear what he says. Let's hear what he says in the interview, though.
Bruce, sorry, that's because of the legend. Listen,
Jay Adams interviewing him.
Subject for you. You felt that there was some over-the-line trash talk that went on about your brother, and that's why you're not willing to let the bad blood go.
Bruce really wants that microphone.
Real quick, quiet down, quiet down. Everybody quiet down.
He said, everybody shut the fuck up.
I'm usually a good sportsman. I don't act like that. But this motherfucker right here,
Oh!
listen, my brother committed suicide 6 months ago, and this fucking guy right here decided to talk shit about my brother for the last 3 weeks. He's been talking shit about my brother.
Oh, damn.
No. Everybody, boo this motherfucker. Fuck you.
Damn, Bruce! Dropping it. Bruce just goes, boo this motherfucker. He's been talking shit about my dead brother. Boo this motherfucker.
I can understand why. He won the fight. He got the ultimate revenge.
Damn.
Felony got the bonus.
Felony got the bonus.
He gets the $1,000 bonus.
The voters voted him $1,000 bonus.
One guy back there saying yes. The top tipper is tighten his back. Thank you, tighten his back.
Top tipper was tight in his back, whatever the hell that means. Bruce gets the win. I still don't think he's satisfied after that, though. I don't know how many of you are watching that, but Bruce is still seeing red. I mean, he looks like he wants to kill him. He says, this motherfucker talks shit about my brother, committing suicide. He says, boo this motherfucker. What's up, Fred? Fred is in the house, everybody. Everybody give it away for Fred. I haven't seen you in a while, Fred. What you been up to, man? This is the big one we've all been waiting for. We've been talking about this for like 3 months, and finally over, but the main event coming up next, don't go away, Ricco Rodriguez versus Alex Spartan Nicholson. We got heavyweights, and we got Fred in the house. Everybody say hello to Fred. Congratulations to Bruce, the Lion, Lutchmedial, getting a little bit of revenge. for that bad blood there. I have a feeling he's still not happy. I talked to him a few days ago. I talked to Bruce. I told him good luck on the fight. He said thank you. A couple kind of words, go back and forth. Felony. I helped Felony on his YouTube side. I actually went on there a little bit, so I mean, I don't think he hates me. But I don't hate him. But if I was Bruce, I would hate him. That's pretty fucked up shit. And what do you guys think? If your brother committed suicide and some guy is saying fuck you and your dead brother, what are you going to do? I'm not going to be a happy person. I'm not going to want to give hugs. Nothing much. Happy for Bruce, though. I'm happy for him, too, Fred. I said, I wish the best for Charles Felony, but I'm happy for Bruce tonight. Charles is now looking at 8 losses in a row, and everybody knows he's pretty much just fighting for money. I know he's probably, if he listens to that, or if people tell him what I said, he's probably not going to be on the show again, but I got to be honest. 8 wins in a row, where do you end it at? I thought there were some moments where he could have pushed it harder. I expected him to start faster. He did kind of condition himself some. Cap, community, oh Jesus. Damn, genius. I gotta screen your comments before I read them. Anyways, I know Cap probably watched it because he watches like every JRE like I do. But I just want to talk about the guests I was listening to. Joe had him on yesterday as Matthew Walker. He's a neuroscientist. And he was talking about how much sleep and sleep deprivation affects us. There's Alex Nicholson. He's coming down to the cage, 6'4", 228.2 pounds, 27 years old, and he is out of Florida. Fred says, I get hyping the fight and all, but talking about the man's brother was a bit much. Yeah, and he wasn't just hyping the fight. He went beyond. And I felt it was, if that was me, it's unforgivable. I'm not saying I won't ever talk to Charles again, but if I'm Bruce, it's unforgivable. And he was extremely right to be pissed. And everybody in that crowd probably doesn't understand. Maybe they do some because he told them what happened, why he was so upset. And it wasn't just like one time. After he was on my show and he said that, he continued to lay it on his personal streams. And I know Bruce seen some of those. We talked about it. Bruce talked about how much he hates Charles Felony. And when they scheduled this fight, he totally thought that they'd be having a beer afterwards. Now Bruce is wanting to push him down a staircase. Trust me. Nah, I ain't watched this, Cap. What is that? Oh, I was mad I had to sign up to make the fight. Yeah, sorry, Cap. Cap, I was going to put it up for everybody. Oh, Seven says, I don't know. He had a chance already to beat him up. Yeah, but he's still pissed. I was going to put this up, Cap. 244 pounds. Ricco Rodriguez, 40 years old, but 244 pounds, 6'3", out of Huntington Beach. That's about where he weighed normally during his career. So that's not out of line for his weight. And we're going to freeze here. Hopefully this picks up. I hope I don't have to reload this damn thing. Anyways, oh, I guess here in their chat there you can see how much people are donating to these fighters. Apparently they're paying these guys pretty well, and I'm happy about that. I'm extremely happy about that. I'm gonna reload this and see what happens. F5. There we go. and we gotta, it's reloaded here. Yeah, I was gonna stream this up in the corner and put it on the side next to my picture there, Cat, but I was really afraid that they were going to show some naked women or something, since this is a porn site, and I don't think YouTube would look real kindly upon that. So, you know, it is what it is. But here's Ricco Rodriguez and Alex the Spartan Nicholson. Big heavyweights. These are some big dudes. They look so much bigger after seeing the 140 pounders in there too. And Ricco Rodriguez, he looks in decent shape, but he's 40 years old. Like I said before, Alex Nicholson is 27. Ricco at 6'3", Alex at 6'4". Alex at 228 pounds, Ricco at 244 pounds. And
before we get things started off,
I don't know who I got on this, really. Oh, geez, and on the ring side, on the ring card, the ring card girl says, after this, see me, watch me at such and such, and it says her screen name, I guess, whatever that is. I'm not quite sure how I feel about MMA being on porn sites, but we got what we got, and I think that calls for another drink for the main event. I'm going to drop another Mike's Hard Lemonade, and drop some Smirnoff, a lot of Smirnoff, because it's the last fight of the night.
ladies and gentlemen, your timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Ricardo Villazon. All right, fight fans.
So, in case the fight isn't entertaining, at least have a drink for you. I haven't been drinking much lately because I was sick. And I kind of laid off. I did the 420 thing, but this is the first time I've actually drinking like today in like a month, I believe. Oh no, I'm sorry. I had a beer when I went out with Matt Horwich. But this is, okay, second time I'm drinking like a month. And when you haven't drinking in a while, it really hits you. Alex Nicholson, 6'4", 228 pounds, out of Florida there. 13 years younger than the former UFC champion Ricco Rodriguez. And he looks like he should be about 244, maybe 235. He's got a little bit of fat around the back midsection, but he definitely doesn't look bad. He definitely looks like a dangerous 244 pounds. And he looks bigger than Alex. I will say that 16 pounds looks like 30 to me. I don't know what it looks like to you guys. But and these guys touch gloves. Of course, Bruce was not about to touch gloves. Fred says, I get hype in the fight and all, but oh yeah, talking about the Madman's brother was a bit much. I'd already read that. So here we go. Ricco Rodriguez, former heavyweight champion of the world, against Alex the Spartan Nichols. Oh, big right hand lands for Ricco Rodriguez. Alex goes for a left hook, lands a leg kick there. Oh, another big right hand over the top for Ricco. Alex goes for a kick to the belly, and Ricco blocks it. Ricco misses a big left hook there. 40 years old, though, and a big heavyweight. Cardio could be an issue. Nice jab lands there for Alex. Alex was in the UFC as well. Left hook lands for Rodriguez. Left hand lands for Alex coming. Oh, another big left hook for, right hook, excuse me, for Rodriguez. And they lock up against the cage. Alex lands a knee. Oh, and a couple left hooks. Nice dirty boxing inside from Alex. Ricco might have been hurt there. Oh, right hand on the ground. Ricco's on the ground there. I thought he was pulling guard. I'm not sure what the issue was, why he went down. But Alex, nice ground and pound, lands a couple right hands there. Oh, and he's not going to let Ricco back up. Ricco's trying to get... Oh, big right hand! Cut Ricco open. He is leaking all over the cage, all over his tongue. And Alex dropping bombs from the ground and pound. Ricco's saying something to him. Another big right hand. I think Ricco might have said, I think he might have verbally tapped. I think he might have said, that's it, fuck that. Yeah, he tapped. Minute and a half in, Ricco Rodriguez tapped from strikes. He has a hell of a cut. I'm not sure what exactly happened on that cut. Looks like he's bleeding from his head. I thought he was bleeding from his jaw. He's bleeding from his head.
Looks like Alex Nicholson has won the fight.
Looks like the back of the head.
He verbally tapped out. Maybe it was from a cut. Maybe it was concussed.
Yeah, Ricco Rodriguez. What a horrible way to end the career, if this is indeed his last fight, for former heavyweight champion of the world, to tap the strikes. I really hope that's not the end for him.
Disappointing way to win.
I really do. That's a disappointing way for Alex to win. Obviously disappointing for Ricco, but I'm not sure. I'm interested to hear what he says, because Ricco Rodriguez fought his whole life. I just don't understand. I didn't see him get hit with anything that hard. Oh, Ricco's saying he got hit in the back of the head, so he may have been trying to get the attention. They're gonna figure it out here. The cut's obviously in the back of the head. He might have been saying that was a hit in the back of the head, and they took that as a verbal tap. I'm not sure yet, but they're calling Alex the winner.
Let's give a round of applause for both of these combatants right here. A stop to the action has been put to it at 1 minute 28 seconds.
1 minute 28 seconds of the first round.
Submission tap outs, Alex.
They're calling it submission tap out. So, I mean, you tap out from strikes, I guess it is a submission.
So much, and here are your
And Ricco gives him a hug. He doesn't look real upset.
All right, I'm here with the Spartan.
They're going to say who the tips are.
Listen, my old boy. What a pleasure to be here with you.
Jay Adams of United Fight Alliance.
And his queen of Sparta, and hopefully Odin later on. And of course,
Oh, and his I'm pretty sure that's his wife. She made sure to tag along with all those porn girls walking around. Hard to blame her.
What? I saw you say you're tapping? You're tapping?
Oh my God, and Alex,
Why you tap?
he's saying that Alex was saying you're tapping?
Went down on him with the knee to the head and elbow.
Knee to the head and an elbow.
Man, you can do anything with God who strengthens you. And
So if he kneed him in the back of the head and an elbow, that is an illegal shot, but he tapped. So, I mean, what do you do? It's not like, I don't know how the Florida Commission works. Obviously, you know, they got the Florida Athletic Commission here. I know this isn't UFC or Bellator. Alex says he's trying to get back into the UFC.
I would have knocked him the fuck out if he stayed in there long enough, but I respect everything he's done. He was UFC champion. Give it up for the man.
He's UFC champion at one time, but he is barely a shell of his former self. And just barely.
Alex, can I just say something? I cannot understand for the life of me why you're not back in the UFC with what you've done since you came out.
Says I can't understand why Alex Nicholson's not back in the UFC. Commentators.
Gets on social media and shames the UFC.
And he's telling, the commentator's telling everybody to shame the UFC for not putting Alex Nicholson in there.
It's fucking bullshit that you're not in.
He says
the UFC.
it's fucking bullshit you're not in the UFC. That's hilarious. That, I gotta say, that is hilarious. Cuntington? Oh, he's calling out Colby Covington. He goes, Cuntington. Alex Nicholson just dropped the new nickname for Colby. Colby Cuntington. He says, you've been talking shit. What are you saying now, motherfucker?
Come on, bro. Fuck you, pussy.
Oh, wow. This is quite the language, quite the animosity there between Alex Nicholson and Colby Covington in the crowd there. What's up, Deep Chance? I trained with Bruce. Felony wasn't in his prime, but he's still talented. Well, congratulate Bruce for me. I'm going to have Bruce has been on the channel before, Div Chance. I imagine he'll be on the channel again, hopefully Monday. I'm going to get with him right away. Alex is one excited SOB here. Definitely, Alex Nicholson. All right, guys. Well, congratulations to Bruce Lutchmedial, most of all, because we've been watching the hype on that. We've been living this thing for a couple months with them. Congratulations, Alex Nicholson, on beating the former UFC champion, Ricco Rodriguez, even if he did tap the strikes. Bruce Lutchmedial was a fucking hero, says Steve Chance. I love Bruce. I love Bruce. I told him good luck before the fight. I usually don't really take sides in fights. I'm not saying I'm really taking sides, but I've been talking with Bruce the last couple weeks. A couple days ago, I sent him a few things. I told him good luck. You know, Bruce, a hero while we were blessed to have him. Oh, R.I.P. Brent. Yes, absolutely. Donald says it's unforgivable. If that was my brother, unforgivable too. 110%. You say that about my brother, I'm knocking your ass out 7 nights of the week. So I 100% agree. Yeah, I'm sorry for Bruce's loss too. R.I.P. Brent Lutchmedial. I think everybody feels the same way. So sorry for your loss, Bruce. As I've talked to you, and he was able to get hopefully a little bit of closure tonight. Obviously, he was still very upset because of the way Charles has acted through all this, and Charles just trying to grab him from behind and hug him and all the shit afterwards. And Bruce, you can tell he's just pissed. Get the fuck away from me. Yeah, sorry about your friend, Dave Chance. That's a horrible thing. You never joke about something like that. And I know, you know, you get into mind games. We've been talking about this for a long time. This has been boiling up for a couple months now. So I'm going to really address this. Yeah, much thanks. Bruce gained a lot of fans, I think, on this channel. Felony definitely has his share of fans, too. Respect his fighting style. Bruce's striking was accurate, and he was definitely defensively responsible. I agree, Div Chance. He was a little, you know, he was careful, but he did his job. I got to address that, though. That's too far. It's over the line. We all know, you know, you don't talk about somebody's mother. You don't talk about their family. You definitely don't talk about dead members of their family. That's not a joke. It's not hyping a fight. I got to speak out against it. And I don't care if Charles ever talks to me again. You don't disgrace the dead member of somebody's family that they just lost. You had a man that reached out to you that was struggling, the biggest struggle of his entire life. His brother had just died. His brother had committed suicide. He's trying to make sense of everything in his life. And he reaches out to Charles, actually, to Charles Bennett. And Charles slaps him in the face. And he disgraces himself, I think. He dishonored Brent's memory, Brent Lutchmedial, which we will not dishonor it here. You know, much blessing to Brent, but that's just a line that you don't cross. I don't care if it's fighting. I don't care what it is. It really just pissed me off. No problem. I'm so glad Bruce won. Says Donald Bennett will go blow the money on crack. The man has lawn chairs in his living room, for God's sakes. Div Chan says he should have picked himself apart instead of trying to pick apart a dead man. Bruce was a fan. Yeah, I've got to know Bruce a lot better over the last couple months, 6 weeks to 2 months, since I interviewed him on the show. Bruce talked to me about how Charles' stream actually got him through a lot of the moments of hurting for his brother. There was a lot of regret after doing the interviews, honestly, on my part, because Bruce was the first interview, and he went in and, you know, the bad emotion, it was there a little bit, but it was not there like this. And he talked about how he used to watch Felony streams and over TV and how it helped him get through some hard times. And Brent was friends with Charles. I had actually heard Charles in another interview because I was interviewing Charles. I was watching some of his interviews, so I didn't repeat a lot of the same things. And Charles had said in another interview, I want to say it might have been with MMA Junkie, I'm not positive, that there was a guy that had talked to him that was wanting to take pictures with him constantly. That's what I had heard. And he told him, and he goes, hey, are we friends or are we fan? Are you a fan? Are you a friend or a fan? And he says this guy was struggling with depression. And then, you know, the guy, he said, he asked him to take pictures with him again. I take pictures with my friends. That's a normal thing to do. Maybe I don't take pictures with them every time I see them. But I take pictures with my friends, especially in today's social media. So he told him we can't hang no more. And then he says on MMA Junkie, he says, and this guy later, he committed suicide. But he says, that ain't on me. I did not realize that that was the same person. That was Bruce's brother until Bruce told me on the show. And on the show, he was still very respectful of Charles Felony Bennett. And I actually even kind of told Bruce, we were talking after, you know, after I'd interviewed Charles, we were kind of going back and forth. We talked. And I said, man, I don't know if you really want to watch that interview or not. You know, it wasn't the most gratifying towards you. And he says, well, you know, it is what it is. If it's fire on the fodder, it's fire on the fodder. And I don't think he expected Charles to cross the lines that he did. Donald says, I was a fan of Charles Bennett until he talked about Bruce, who is a nice guy's brother. He was a nice guy whose brother passed away. Now he could get hit by a car for all I care. You can't say things like that about someone's brother and not expect to have the comments like we just got from Donald Rocket. That's just human nature. We can't treat each other like that. Felony had a tough upbringing himself. Let's not forget that either. So he definitely moved on. Hypocrite status. He definitely did, and I could see where he's coming from. Charles Felony Bennett, I believe 11 brothers and sisters in that family. So he had 10 brothers and sisters. His mother, all different fathers. So he has 10 brothers and sisters that all come from other fathers. That's a hell of a way to grow up. That's a hell of a way to grow up. And from what I've heard, I think he pretty much raised himself from about 13, 14 years old. So props to him. Like I've said in the past, I don't wish bad on the guy. I wish the best for the guy. I hope he learns from his mistakes. It's just not something you can do. It's not something you can say. You don't disgrace someone's dead family members. The fact that we even have to say that speaks volumes to me. A lot of people have had tougher upbringings. No excuse for what he said. Deep Chen says none at all. Yeah, and I think everybody here would agree. And I know there's a lot of people here that really like Charles. They watch all of his streams. I still watch some of his streams. I was watching some of his streams. And I may continue to watch some of his streams. I don't know, but like I said, I'm very happy for Bruce right now. I wish he would have gotten the finish. I really thought he would have gotten the guillotine choke. I really thought that Charles was going to come in careless with one of those takedowns, and he's going to get the choke. He was very close to getting the choke. Dave Chant says, I was born into crime and raised myself to. No excuse. No excuse. Absolutely. You know what? A lot of us were raised up in hard situations. I'm not going to compare my upbringing for a second to Charles Bennett's. But, I mean, I grew up, we grew up in a very poor neighborhood. I grew up in a mobile home that probably should have been condemned. We had enough food. We ended up at the food giveaway sometimes, but we had enough food. This was when they still, instead of food stamps, I think, they had food stamps. They had paper food stamps. I'm aging myself. I'm almost 40. But we'd go to the food giveaway. I don't really remember us having food stamps. I remember my aunt having them. But can't lie. He survived that choke, though. Yeah, Bruce had that in deep. I thought he had it. But, like I said, I grew up in a mobile home that should have been condemned. It was like 30 years old. It was rotting out. It was nasty. And I had the penitentiary 2 blocks from me one direction. So everybody I went to school with, basically their parents or their family were in the penitentiary. And everybody on the other side, 3 blocks the other side, was a park called Washington Park. That's where we went for the food giveaways. It's also where there was a lot of drug deals. It's where I seen people get stabbed. It's where I seen people get shot. It's where I was jumped numerous times. And it's the reason I learned how to fight. Because I got tired of being jumped. And that's why I got into judo. And I would thank that upbringing for getting me into martial arts. If I hadn't had the upbringing I had, I don't think I would have gotten into martial arts. I definitely wouldn't have gotten into it as excited as I would. Because I just got tired of getting the shit beat out of me. But I know I kind of went off base there, but it's just kind of to say, a lot of people had a tough upbringing. It doesn't give us excuses to be scumbags. Charles Bennett wasn't under FBI investigation at the age of 12. Sorry, he has no excuse. Wow. Donald says no excuse. Yeah, I agree. I think we all agree, no excuse. Steve says, I had an unbelievably tough life and still carry myself in a decent manner as possible. And, we struggle. We all struggle that have had difficulties growing up. We have our demons. I cannot compare my life. To compare my life to Charles Bennett would be a lie. To grow up with, I had a stable father that was there the entire time. A stable mother. And he didn't. So I understand all that. But you don't say those kinds of things. I know that filming. It's okay, Steve Chance, yeah. And I'm sorry you've had such a tough life, Steve Chance, but I'm glad you got to know Brent. I'm glad you got to know Bruce. Bruce is an incredible person. Absolutely, from everything from talking to him and getting to know him, everything I know about him, I just can't say enough good things about him. The guy works like 3 jobs. He worked to buy his own gym. If you're not subscribed to his YouTube channel, please subscribe. Go online, Bruce the Lion. He's just a great guy. As far as I know, the Bruce I know at least is a great fucking guy. He's a great guy. He works 3 jobs. He loves his family. He proposed to his wife after the biggest submission win of his life, which is just freaking awesome. Donald says, I have been calling Colby Covington Colby Cuntington for a while. It fits him. I've never had stable ever, says Dave Chance. Well, Dave Chance, You know, I hope that for you and your family, that you get stable, that you get to see stable, because we all agree to you know, I think we all, we deserve to have a decent life, a decent opportunity, at least. You know, maybe we're not entitled to things, but in the United States, we're entitled to the opportunity to work for those things. Everyone should be. That's, you know, that's my 2 cents. We'll keep going and doing what you are doing, and I'll be praying for you. I'll be praying for you too, Deep Chance. Bruce has gone through many emotions himself. Very, very strong man. Praying for Bruce as well. Yeah, definitely prayers for me at Fights of Friends, for Bruce and their whole family. I know he's still only 6 removed. Rest in peace, Brent Lutchmedial. Let this victory, let's toast to this victory, though, as honor to Brent. I know that's what Bruce would want. I know that's what Bruce wants. I know he's very emotional. It was hard for him inside the cage because he was so hurt by Charles. But I know he dedicated all this training and this fight to his brother Brent, and I'm really sorry that he's not here to see it. But you know, I'm sure he's watching from up above, and just, you know, just a great guy. And you know, from what I've got to know of Bruce, I love Bruce. I love his family. He's just, you know, a great guy, and I wish for the best for him. Deep Chance, I wish the best for you too. And I am not joking. I would blow his head off, says Devil. Man. I'm not surprised by what you say, Donald. I can't really endorse it, but if that was my brother, if that was your brother, those of you out there, and I'm not trying to beat up Charles here, but those of you out there that have family members, think about it, being your brother, your sister, you lose them at a young age, at a very young age, and you're at a very vulnerable time, and you reach out to someone that you think is a friend, and they disgrace the memory of your family member the way that Charles did. And you know, through this experience, through watching this fight, and through everything, I think leading up to this week, and maybe I'm just deciding this in this moment, is I will not have Charles Felony, Crazy Horse, whatever you call it. I will not have Charles Bennett on my show again. Like I said, I wish the best for him, but I'm not going to grace him that airtime. He's lost 8 fights in a row. I don't like what he's doing for MMA right now. But my real reason for being upset with him, obviously, is you can't do that to a fellow fighter, a fellow brother, somebody who you considered a friend, to say those kinds of things. Charles Felony Bennett, Charles Crazy Horse Bennett, whatever the shit you want to call yourself, you are not allowed on Fights of Friends. This is not a place you are welcome. Bruce, hopefully you'll be here on Monday, and I'll take it with open arms. And I just decided this today. I've been upset with Charles over some things, obviously. And he obviously was not very nice to me. And I accidentally called him Crazy Horse. Accidentally. You know what? Crazy Horse, I don't give a fuck. I really fucking don't. If you're going to be that much of a baby, that much of a snowflake, you're going to sit there and you're going to go after somebody who lost their brother, and you don't have the mental toughness to handle it when somebody accidentally calls you by a nickname you fucking created years ago. Well, you know what, Charles Felony Bennett? Fuck you. Fuck you. You don't talk about my friends like that. You don't talk about my friend's family like that died. And Bruce is my friend. And the memory of Brent, you will not be on this show. Ever. I've had those impulses myself, but then I'd be no better than Charles. Dee says, and I'm more than capable, but refuse to step down to that level. I agree, Deep Chance. You just can't say things like that. But Bruce has done what needed to be done. I pray he keeps getting blessings. Blessed more victories. Donald said, I pray for that as well. Charles literally tried to piss on someone's grave. Wouldn't like it. Was his family member that was dead. Sultan says the drinks are kicking in. The drinks are kicking in for me. Yes, they're kicking in for me, Zoltan. Something, when people drink, they're honest, though. The honest then comes out. And the honest me is, you're going to make fun of somebody's dead brother. Fuck you. Seriously. Yeah, well, Charles is a bad person, says Donald. That's all there is to it. And Deep says 100, 100. Like I said, I don't wish bad things upon the guy, but I'm disappointed in him as a person. I'm disappointed in him as a former fan, and I don't think he should fight anymore. He's might be off banging one of those porn stars right now. I don't know. Maybe he's on their cam show. Maybe he gets on somewhere else. I don't know. He gets no more help from me. I tried to help him by having his interview on my show, actually. I'm going to let this out now. And he spit in my face. He talked shit to me. He hung up on me. He was drunk. He was high. He was a total fucking asshole. Not just to Bruce, but to me. Yeah, liquid courage, says Zoltan. But that's real. That's real. That's my real emotions. That's how I feel about Charles Crazy Horse Felony Bennett. Is fuck you, man. No liquid courage. He said what needed to be said. Well, thank you, Deep Chance. It's been in me for a while. We have that inside of us. We got to protect our family, our friends, and you don't disgrace the memory of friends and family like that. I mean, you can imagine Zoltan, if that was one of your siblings or one of your family members that had just lost their life at a young age, and then you have someone that you would consider a friend not only stab you in the back, but say horrible things about that person. I'm trying to work through this subject, but you know, there was a lot of anger in me too, and maybe I haven't let it out because I didn't feel that was fair. That's Bruce's anger. That's his. You know, that was his, and I didn't want to steal that from him before the fight because he is 100% the owner of that. That was his brother, and I was not going to take that away from him. Now that that's over, like I said, cheers to him. Cheers to the brother of Brent Lutchmedial. And fuck you, Charles Felony Crazy Horse Bennett. That's right, Crazy Horse. You know what? Just Crazy Horse Bennett. Fuck you, and stay away from my channel. So it says, let it out, tell me more. Deep Chance says, just because one is talented, it doesn't put one above the rest. We all bleed red and can all die at any time. Tomorrow isn't promised. Absolutely. And he, more than anybody, should understand dealing with mental struggles. I mean, he went through so much shit. And with what we understand about brain chemistry and about, you know, what goes on with the chemicals in our brain mentally, I think more people than not, probably, maybe it's only been once, but have went through depression, have went through self-doubt, have went through self-loathing, have went through grieving, and, you know, to make light, to make fun of someone that commits suicide and then to mock the family of that person is just absolutely, it's absolutely unforgivable. Charles Crazy Horse Bennett, I cannot forgive you. I cannot forgive you. And I don't see how Bruce, obviously I don't see how Bruce could ever forgive you. Can't take those talents with you when you are gone. He will be remembered for his antics and the bad things he said and done more than any talent. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? I'm glad Bruce called him out on the mic there. He told everybody, hey, this guy made fun of my dead brother. Everybody boo this motherfucker. You know, and I'm not always, I don't think you need to be dropping the F-bomb like I am right now all the time. But sometimes it's warranted. And that time, it was definitely warranted. I hope, I'm talking about Charles, by the way, says Donald. Yeah, we all know, man. In fact, facts, he's more known for his bullshit. 8 losses in a row. 8 losses in a row. 67, no, we had 3 draws. 70 fights. 70 fights in his career. Bruce had 8. 8 fights, and on 2 cards he won all 3 rounds. I think that says it all. 70 fights. Wasted talent. Wasted talent. Because he can't keep his mouth shut. He can't train the way he's supposed to. He can't eat the way he's supposed to. He can't run the way he's supposed to. He can't stay off of drugs the way an athlete's supposed to. Donald says, yep, he's more of a sideshow. I really did not expect to be going off on this big rant or tangent. This was not planned at all. But, you know, somebody that was close to Bruce coming on and seeing it just kind of put me over the edge. And yeah, I agree. He's a sideshow now. He's a sideshow. Like I said, I don't wish Will ill on the guy. I'm not that person. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to stoop to his level. And I hope he gets above that level. I'm still not going to have anything to do with him personally. And I know Bruce isn't. He just can't. You can't let someone disgrace your family like that and then some things there's just no coming back from. You know, there really isn't. Great night. That being said, don't forget, guys, Saturday, we got Frank Mir, Fedor Emelianenko, 6 p.m. Bellator. It's going to be a hell of a fight. These guys have been talking about fighting for how long? 10 years. You know, 10, 15 years we've been wanting these guys to fight. Of course, they're past their prime. It's been a little while. I pray he gets better, says Deep Chance. Very, very, very big of you, Deep Chance. I mean, I hope he gets better too. You know, I hope things get better for him. Pray for your enemies, says, you know, and I'm upset that he has to be an enemy because I was a fan coming into this until I found out, you know, everything that had happened. But Donald says, I grew up with the best father possible and just lost him at only 50 years old. I cry myself to sleep every night, but I was lucky to have him. Sorry for your loss, Donald. I'm truly sorry. My father's, you know, I've been lucky to have him around up till now. He's going to be 62 this year. He'll be retiring here soon. I can't imagine when he goes. I'm going to be a complete, absolute wreck. Same thing, my mother's 60. When she goes, I'm going to be a complete, absolute wreck. She's 59. I think she's going to be 60 this year. But, yeah. It's just, and that's family. That's real life. That's beyond fighting. That's beyond MMA and gloves and trash talk and whatever you want to do to build a fight or sell a fight. This fight, it didn't need to be sold. Charles Bennett could sell this fight on his own antics. That was not needed. What was said and what was done was not needed. And I hope he's sorry he did it. I'm sorry he did it. I'm sorry, kind of for the whole experience. In a way, I'm kind of sorry I interviewed him. And honestly, that's where it first came out at. And then Bruce seen it, and it kind of built on that in his streams. And, I hope it wasn't something that came out of my streams that wouldn't have otherwise. Greatest Royal number tomorrow, if you still have that network. 12 noon Eastern. 12 noon Eastern. So like 9 in the freaking morning? Well, yeah, it's Friday. I'll be working at 9. Are you serious? 12 noon Eastern? Like 9 in the morning? Yeah, I would watch it and do it, but I'm at work at 9 in the morning, 7. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Fedor versus Frank Mir. I do think Fedor might be too fast for him. Frank's been away from the game for 2 years. Let's not forget that Frank's been away for 2 years. The last almost 2 years. I think it was either June or July of 2016. He got knocked out by Mark Hunt, which a lot of people have. But at 38 years old, that's a long time to be away from the game. I've been watching Fedor. I've been watching his workouts. He looks fast. He looks fresh. He's been working out with all these young guys. I think he's reinvigorated. I think he goes on to the next round of the Grand Prix. And then the week after that, 2 weeks after that, May 12th. May 12th, we have Mo Lawal versus RS's brother, versus his buddy. Ryan Bader. Yes, the alcohol is kicking in right now, but Ryan Bader. And I imagine Ryan Bader will win this. I think Ryan Bader's the second seed in this now. I still think Matt Mitrione's the first seed. I think it's close. I was pretty upset with Bellator for matching Matt Mitrione and Roy Nelson in the first round. I thought that was a big mistake by Scott Coker. Why do you match your first and second, your two best fighters? I thought, a lot of people thought, it was the two best fighters, and you match them together in the first round. I know this wasn't really seeded, but if you were going to seed it, Matt Mitrione first, Roy Nelson second. And a lot of people had it that way. And Roy Nelson, if that had been a 5-round fight, he probably wins that fight. He figures it out. He finds out how to win. At the end of that, he found out how to win. And it was too late, unfortunately. If he'd had even another round, he remembered that he knew how to wrestle. That's basically what happened. And then Mo Lawal could be a Ryan Bader. Mo Lawal, he's getting older, though. I don't think he does. I think Ryan Bader goes to the next round. I think Chael Sonnen loses in the next round. Chael Sonnen's going to fight the winner, I believe, of Fedor and Mir. I don't think Chael's big enough to beat either one of those guys. But unless Fedor goes to the ground and is careless with Mir, I just don't see Mir winning this one. I think Fedor goes to the next round, and I really want to see that rematch with Fedor and Matt Mitrione. I think that would be a great one. So this has already been demonetized. Surprise, surprise. But anybody who does have the ability, to donate a couple dollars on Super Chat or to donate at paypal.me/fight with friends, as always, it's greatly appreciated. I'm going to put my PayPal here. Because I will tell you, I'm not trying to bitch today, but the YouTube revenue right now is absolutely abysmal. Companies were dropping, and Donald said exactly, F. Charles. But companies were dropping, and YouTube put this thing out there to where they're giving $100 worth of advertising for $25. So companies are putting they're paying a quarter of the revenue. They're not advertising at 4 times the rate. They're advertising at maybe twice the rate. So they're cut it in half. Then Google takes half of that. I'm literally making like 10 cents for a lot of videos. 10, 11 cents. 12 cents. So some of my best videos have just been like a couple dollars. It's hopefully things get better. It's a tough time to go into YouTube right now. If you're thinking about making a YouTube channel right now, I'm not going to tell you not to, but be ready for a super long haul. Be ready for a very, very long haul, because it's a really rocky road out there right now as far as getting any revenue. Even when you see the ads that are on there are getting very, very little. Last month for ad revenue, just as an example, over 4,000 ads were shown on my videos, and I got an ad revenue of $48 for the month. That doesn't even pay my internet. Most of the months, or a lot of times, it doesn't pay even for me to buy the pay-per-view. I buy the pay-per-views because I'm trying to build the channel, and I like to go, I like to watch them with you guys, and I love fighting, obviously. It's nice that the Bellator coming up on Saturday, Mir and Emelianenko is not a pay-per-view. I'm pretty happy about that. But who do you guys have? Fedor and Frank Mir. Like I said, it's a fight probably should have happened 10, 15 years ago. Donald said, not only did he hang up on you when you were trying to help him, but then he went and made a video about you sitting on his lawn chair furniture in his living room. Oh, I seen him talking shit about me for probably 10 videos, at least, Donald. Yeah, I seen him. I seen what he was up to. I seen him smoking. I seen him drinking. I seen all the things he was doing, and that's why I'm not surprised his cardio was shit. I'm not surprised he got tired. I actually expected him to get tired before he did. I thought he would blow his load in the first round. I kind of thought he would be reckless, but that's what he tired out. He threw a couple overhand rights. He went for a couple takedowns. He just didn't have any endurance. So, it is what it is. He tried some gimmicks with Bruce. Played some mind games with him in there, and to be fair, the whole video wasn't about him, only the first 10 minutes. Yeah, no. You're right, Cap. I've seen some, and he said a few things. And, we had kind of almost met fences, but I'd kind of decided now I really don't want to mend fences with somebody like that. Somebody that says stuff like that about, other fighters' families and stuff, that's a precedent that I don't think we ever need to set. And, it's done now. It's done now. There's a finality to it. Congratulations, Bruce Lutchmedial, for your win tonight. Congratulations, Alex Nicholson, on your victory over former UFC champion Ricco Rodriguez. Not sure what exactly happened with the cut in the back of the head, some knees and elbows, but it's a victory. And for Alex's sake, hopefully he's able to get back into the UFC. Everybody, like I said, Saturday, the next round of the Bellator Grand Prix. We've been following this. This is one of the fights I'm most looking forward to. Frank Mir and Fedor. We wanted to see these guys fight forever. Forever. They're finally going to fight on Friday. Finally going to fight on Friday. I got something else for you on April 28th, though. That same day on Saturday. They got some boxing. Let me get the time for you. I believe it's 4 p.m. So, we should be able to watch it all. Yes, Premier Boxing Championships on Fox. 4 p.m. Pacific. We got Josecito Lopez versus undefeated Miguel Cruz. On the co-main event, we got bronze medalist Anthony Durrell versus Abraham Hahn. I'm really interested in that fight. I'm a big Anthony Durrell fan. Eventually, I'm going to Panama, but not right now, Zoltan. Actually, probably not till next October. Just the funds aren't there right now. Next October, they definitely will be. Hopefully, I get up there quicker than then, but probably not until next October. So that's over a year from now. Would love to see you up there, though. Down there. So, yeah, thanks for everybody tuning in tonight, though. Like I said, we looked forward to this for a long time. Sorry if I had a extra drink or two. Got a little emotional then, but honestly, it's how I feel about the situation. That's not going to change. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to Panama. My wife's been doing better. She's been doing better with the sweet syndrome and the rheumatoid arthritis, so thank God for that. Her whole body was swollen up. She actually found out she was allergic to NSAIDs, which was causing her a lot more swelling. So the anti-inflammatories they were giving her were actually hurting her. So since she's been off the NSAIDs, she's been a lot better. She's still got sweet syndrome. But you heard about Keith Thurman giving up one of his belts. They're making Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter for his belt. No, I didn't. I didn't hear that, but I like that fight. I'm a big Danny Garcia fan, actually. I love his style. Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter. Do you know, have they made the fight? Have they made a date for it or not? So I said 4 o'clock we're going to start streaming. We'll probably start streaming just a little bit earlier on Saturday for the boxing and then the big Bellator event. But May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, Triple G, Golovkin, he's still got an opponent. Canelo Alvarez is suspended, but they found him a new opponent. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I cannot remember the guy's name. That tells you how awesome he is. But I think they had just announced it. Triple G versus Veins. So it's like Golovkin will collide with hard-hitting knockout artist Veins Martirosyan on May 5th at StubHub Center in Carson, California. Tickets are still available on AXS.com. I don't know if they still are. This is a few days ago. Martirosyan is 36-3-1 with 23 knockouts. but he hasn't fought in 2 years, and he's coming off a loss. They said he should still be a formidable challenger. That doesn't make me quite as excited about the fight. What does make me more excited about the fight, and while I will be streaming it, is it's no longer on pay-per-view. From what I can see, it looks like it's going to be on HBO. And I have HBO. So, I like that. Danny Garcia will win, says Donald. I agree, Donald. That's who I'm picking going through. 7 says, I heard De La Hoya said Triple G versus Canelo in September. Triple G will win again. So he's fighting next month. He's fighting in May, June, July, August. So I guess it's 4 months. They could be fighting in September. I mean, that'd be great. It was obviously like the greatest Cinco de Mayo match in God knows how long, and to waste Cinco de Mayo landing on a Saturday, you got to try to put something on. But you have one opponent. You have Golovkin, and you don't have Alvarez anymore. So they did what they could do, and now it's on HBO, and I'll be calling it. So if you have HBO, or if you haven't taken your free trial, you're going to get the Golovkin fight, and we'll watch it together. But like I said, a lot of big stuff coming up. Saturday, we're going to have the Anthony Durrell boxing at 4 p.m. Premier Boxing Championships on Fox. Anthony Durrell will be fighting in the co-main event. I can't remember the name of the other two guys fighting, but I said them earlier. Then at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to get Frank Mir and Fedor Emelianenko. Then May 12th, there is a UFC pay-per-view. They got Amanda Nunes versus Raquel Pennington. I don't know how interested I am in that. I've said in the past that I wouldn't get pay-per-views. I reserve the right to still get it if Bellator is over. But I really, really want to see that May 12th, that next round of King Mo Law versus Ryan Bader. I think that's a really good event. And then coming forward, just in Bellator 100, they got a lot of great fights coming for that. But let's get through the next 2 rounds of the Grand Prix. Triple G numero uno. He's very good. You know who else is coming up fighting? I just seen, and that's Lomachenko. I was just looking at your site, at that site you gave me, Cab. The Boxing Rec site, excuse me. And Lomachenko's got a fight. I didn't realize he had a fight scheduled. It's going to be against Jorge Linares. Also on May 12th at Madison Square Garden. What time is that at? It's going to be on ESPN. Vasil Lomachenko versus Jorge Linares at Madison Square Garden on May 12th. Why are they having that on the same night as the Mir Emelianenko card? Please, no, guys, don't. You're killing me. Well, we'll try to keep track of, of the Lomachenko boxing match while we watch Fedor versus Mir. At the same time, there's also going to be an HBO fight that same night. There's a ton of boxing on May 12th. Same night as the UFC pay-per-view. Same night as Mir versus Emelianenko. So I don't know if they're all trying to compete with each other, but it doesn't really seem like the greatest strategy to me for everybody to jump on the same night. But it is what it is. If you're new here, please subscribe. Please, everyone, like and subscribe. I'm still trying to hit that 2,000, that covered 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm hoping to hit 8,000 subscribers by next March, which will be 2 years. 8,000 subscribers, YouTube will automatically match you up with sponsors. So I know there's only a few of you left. I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you very much for a great night. Sorry I had a few too many drinks, but the emotions. You know, I let out what I need to let out. And I will see you guys on Saturday for great boxing on Fox, great fighting on Bellator. Frank Mir versus Fedor Emelianenko, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Saturday on Fights with Friends Fight Companion. As always, I love you, I respect you, and I'll see your fine asses later.